Good morning. How are you? I made a chat. I'm glad that you were able to make it. I know it's early. I thought I would just change things up again and see where this went. Are the kids up? My kids are still asleep. So I did this on purpose, and hopefully they'll be asleep because you know it's cold out there. Yeah, and it's like yesterday happened, and it got cold here really fast. And I'm talking, we haven't seen this weather in a long time. You doing hair? Okay. Yeah, I think I need to do hair too, but I think I'm gonna hold off actually because it is. I need to wash hair. I have gone back to my once a week, every week. Yeah, so I need to get that done. So I'll probably start tomorrow and maybe finish tomorrow. I don't know. It's cold here in Dallas. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. All over Texas. Was it raining up there? Because it was raining down here. Whew, it's hard. Oh my goodness. I want to wishful thinking, but I think yesterday was raining. I think it might be one of those winters where we actually get some snow down here. Because for us, it happens I want to say every 3, 4 years, we'll get some snow that actually sticks. And it was so hot this summer, and the weather's been unbelievably nice. And now all of a sudden it's cold. So I'm thinking it might just get cold enough this year. We'll probably get some ice first. But ought to be interesting with everything else that happened, the hurricanes and everything. You guys don't know, Texas weather will change in 5 minutes. It could be raining, sunny, snowing, foggy, hailing, all in the span of 5 minutes. 80 degrees, you would never even know. Kind of took it easy yesterday. What did we do? I don't know what we did yesterday. I'm not going to say we didn't have school, but we took it easy. Same day, all season. Exactly. Exactly. Make you forget what season you're in living out here. one of the kids put on shorts, and the next thing I know, she threw some pants over the shorts and a long sleeve shirt. And can I have a jacket with that? I was like, I told you it was cold. Man, we had did a little bit of something and game schooling. Pulled out some board games, played a couple board games, did some baking, and that was pretty much it. But it was Thursday. Sunday we started out pretty good. We got a lot of what we needed done, so I don't feel like we're losing anything. And what else do we do? Um, Texas, we did a unit study. We did a little mini unit study, and we need to continue that. And hopefully, I can finish it. I won't say finish, but what we're going to do at this point in time, get that done, because we can be in Texas all year. What, boy. I just wanted to come in and have a morning chat. Whatever you all feel like chatting about. Nothing really in particular. I know it's that time of the year that everybody is wrapping up the month. That's in the next couple of days, and so they can take a break off. It's early. Take a week off on break. Y'all can tell I just woke up. But we don't do that. We just keep going. We may take a day off here and there, just impromptu, but we usually do not take any breaks like that. No holiday breaks. We have enough going on to where things just don't happen the way we want them to. You know, those little unexpected events. So I count those, and I have to work around those things. Sometimes you think everything is smooth sailing, and then all of a sudden something happens, and it's kind of throws a wrench in your day. We like Sunday school too right now. Yeah, we do. We take advantage of Sundays. I was supposed to say we start the week on Sunday because they just have been going all week, and Saturday they kind of relax. We do Sabbath school and whatever else we get into, and then Sunday we really take it easy, but it really starts their week because they have a lot of patience. Their focus is there. So I'm like, all right, let's do Monday today, the way we can get a head start. So I usually pick the most, I won't say the hardest, but the most work heavy subject, and we'll work on that. I would pretty much say reading, since I have to, something I have to do individually with everybody. Uh, it's a, it's really a lifestyle. I'm starting to see. Yeah, that is true. It is totally a lifestyle. Quite interesting. But, yeah, lifestyle indeed. That's what I'm looking at in this channel. I did not really intend for it to be homeschool based because I didn't start out sharing that stuff, but it's part of our life. It's a huge part of our life. So that kind of reflects here. And I just kind of share day to day, little bits. Of course, I cannot share everything, contrary to what some people may think. Yeah, some days I don't even pick up the camera. But it's definitely a lifestyle. Good morning. How are you? I must have hopped on here a little early. Yeah. Oh boy. I'm all right in yourself. I'm late. No, you're not late. I just kind of started early. I said, I just rolled in here. Literally. I just got up and it's quiet, so I took advantage. But I'm cold. It's cold. It's cold. That I can't say. I have on a sweater. And anybody knows me, I do not like sweaters. I never have liked sweaters. My mom used to have to. She used to have to make me wear a sweater, but at a point, she stopped. She stopped buying them because I wouldn't wear them. When I was really young, I remember wearing sweaters with my dresses, but I want to say 1, 2, 3. I think when I got about 4, I don't wear sweaters. And you definitely would not catch me in a turtleneck. I hate turtlenecks. Just to say sweaters are for old people. But I have on a sweater, and it's an old sweater, but it works because in this room, the heat is on, but in this room, there's no heat. So it's a lot cooler on this side of the house than it is the other side. And my hands yesterday were so cold, they were frostbitten. I couldn't do anything. So I just had to wait and see, but I'm glad the weather changed so I could see what it's like in this room, and so I can figure out what we have to do. We may have to switch to another room for this season. We'll see. It's not terrible. It's not freezing. I just get cold easy, but the heat kind of stops in the kitchen. So we shall see. I could get a portable heater. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. It's just me. The kids, they don't seem to mind anyway. They have so much energy. They are the ones that hop around here and stay warm, I guess. But yeah, I have thought about that. We shall see. We actually have plenty of space in the living room, and already working there, so it really wouldn't be that big of a transition to go in there. But all of my equipment is set up in here, so that would be the difference for me. So, what do you all normally do in the mornings? How do you normally start your day? Hmm. It's quiet. I normally take care of the children first and situated and then get myself. Okay. I normally take care of the children first and then get situated myself. Music gets them in a good mood to learn. Good morning song singing wars. Mm. 'Cause, 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 Yeah, we do music too. I have to turn the music down when I'm recording. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, we keep music going. And sometimes it's not all the way up. But that does seem to just change the mood of things. This is usually how I am for the next 2 hours. I want to say hour and a half. They usually don't get up till about, somebody might get up about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So this is me. I just sit in here, pull up my Bible, have some quiet time, do a couple of things, and just get myself together. I don't do anything. I don't go and make any breakfast until they get up. So I know when I get up or when they get up, I have to go make breakfast. And today is oatmeal day, so they will definitely enjoy that because it's cold. It's a nice comfort food. And then after they eat, matter of fact, I have a whole their little routine is back there on the wall. I have to share that. I think I was waiting until I did the room tour, which I don't know, but it's back there. They have a whole little routine, a daily routine that helps them understand kind of the flow of the day. But they eat and they clean up, brush their teeth, and then they know it's time for school. Did your kids go to public school? Right now I'm struggling. They made A's, but they're not at grade level. My kids did go to public school. These last four have not been to public school yet, but my older ones did. They all have gone at some point. And as what I want to say, let's see, A's. They all made A's. Grades in school are just a merit system. They really don't hold any weight. They really don't. They just need a way to categorize the kids. And they don't hold any weight. Now, I can say if my kids didn't get A's, they didn't bring home A's and B's, I knew something was wrong because I knew what I did with them at home, and I was questioning the teachers. But yeah, they're not at grade level, and that happens a lot. Kids are being passed along, passed along, passed along, and it's because the teachers do not have enough time. They're not equipped to teach all these kids, especially these days. The schools are overcrowded now. They're not equipped to teach all these kids what they need to know. The only thing they're teaching them is they're teaching them to testing standard. They have to get these kids to pass these standardized tests. And so they don't have individualized time to spend with these kids, teaching them and focus on the things that they really need to know. So, my advice when any parent puts a child in public school is you cannot just send your child, go enroll your child in school and send your child to school. You have to actively, and go on about your day, go to work or whatever. You have to actively be a part of that child's school just the same as if you were at home. And I kind of, when people say, oh, homeschool, that must be hard. Like, I never really I don't get that question too often, but one day, not that long ago, we went up to the store, and I met this older. She was a grandmother because she was talking about her grandkids. She was a black lady, and she just looked and she was like, "Well," because it was like midday. Aren't they supposed to be in school? And I said, "Oh, they're homeschooled." And she looked like, "What?" Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It just, my grandkids, I get them up at, she was saying 6:30 in the morning, and I was just looking, like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I said, mm-hmm. And I get, they get dressed and they eat and, or not, because half of them eat at school, but, and get them off to school. And I said, mm-hmm. I said, I couldn't do it. I said, those papers that they sent home on the first day of school, that mess started multiplying real fast. And I will always tell everybody, y'all know, y'all are not going to get these papers back in the morning. Y'all have to give me till the end of the week. I will have everybody's papers back. But some parents just don't care, and they would never send the stuff back. But then they would give the kids rewards if they brought the stuff back on the next day. But I said just the first week alone killed the public school situation for me. I couldn't. It was too much. And then just trying to get them to school, that was just a lot. So I lost it. Getting up, getting the clothes together, lunches together, hair, all of that. That's a lot of work. And then you have to turn around and go to work, and then pick them up and take them all over the place where they need to go for extracurricular activities. My kids were in everything. And I know that's a choice, but we did a lot of stuff. So I spent more time in driving than anything. But yeah, you have to actively be a part of their school. I mean, everything, because if the teacher thinks that the parent is not involved, then that's pretty much how they treat that child. And they're going to overlook that child and not worry if that child is actually learning anything. And nowadays, it's mostly the parents will not even set foot in the school until the child comes home and says, my teacher did this, or my teacher said this to me. And I cannot stand that. I want to say African American women are notorious for that. And I'm like, you the one sent your child to that institution. What did you expect? Just what did you expect? So you trust you trust them to send them up there, or is it you just don't have a clue that you don't have to send your child to public school? Some people are still at that point this day and age. And it's funny because public school has only been around for 200 years. So I don't really get that. You have options. But yeah, and that same energy and attitude that comes up when the child comes home and says XYZ, that needs to manifest every day. You need to be up there knowing what's going on. Ask the teacher, can I help? Even when I wasn't working, I would go up to the school. What do you need me to do? How can I help you? Do you need me to go to the store and get something? I did a lot of that. And that really helped. They knew that I was involved more so than just I'm sending my child to school. Now, granted, we were in good schools. Even if we weren't in good schools, I would have been, even more so involved. But, our teachers were our neighbors, so I was comfortable. I would just sit there, and they cannot tell you, you can't be in the school. You can't be in the school. There are just certain times. There are certain times, I don't know, I'm looking at this video output. I don't know what's going on. But there are certain times that parents are not allowed in school. And such viewers of the spirit. I don't know why this is buffering, y'all. But I'm going to just keep talking. Do you... Let's see. But that's the good thing. If they're at home, you're able to kind of get them up to where they can be, their full potential. And I wouldn't even, worry grade level. That's a myth. The majority of homeschoolers are not up to grade level. Kids are behind. It may not be in one subject or all subjects. It may just be in one or two, but I guarantee you the majority of homeschool kids are behind. And that's kind of why I took advantage of starting mine early so that they would not be behind. I made sure that they can read. And that's just, even if they were not homeschooled, I believe a parent needs to take a child when they're young. You're not going to force it, but you want to teach that child early reading. Because if you do send them to school, that's something the teacher is not going to have a whole lot of time to spend with those children. And they constantly have to test the kids. And it's not easy to make it through. I don't know if you've ever sat in a classroom with a teacher doing assessments and things like that. They have to spend time pulling kids up to their desk and doing assessments, and that means the rest of the class is just pretty much sitting there doing whatever, and she really can't keep an eye on them, and it's a lot. And so that really doesn't give your child a fair shot if they're not she's not completely focused. She's trying to split her focus on assessing your child and teaching her class or watching her class at the same time. Again, that's where parents will come in. A lot of times parents will come in during assessments and help the teacher watch the class because, we knew this was our kids and we didn't want them to, have to suffer like that. But, a lot of schools are not fortunate like that to have the parents help in that way. I put down. So, yeah, I think you need to, it's important for the parent to just kind of take things in their own hands, and anything you can, you can alleviate, that will definitely help. Teaching a child how to recognize letters, teaching a child how to, write their name, because, you think when kids go to kindergarten, the teacher, kindergarten is like and I've taught to kindergarten, but kindergarten is like the most, amen for the kindergarten teacher. That's all I have to say. It's very difficult. It can be very rewarding, but it's very difficult because those kids come in from all different areas, and some of them know something. Some of them have never learned an alphabet in their life. And you put all that together with all the kindergarten behaviors, how much time do you think that they're actually learning? The teacher does not have that much hours in the day to, finally by the end of the year is when they're going to, when they're getting somewhere, because she's had to work on so much. I had kids that come. I remember when I was student teaching, when I first started, I was very young. I had two little girls in my class. They were just the cutest. They were twins, actually. And they would come home or come back to school every week with their homework still in their folder. And I was like, Izzy, why didn't you guys do your homework? And she told me they didn't have any crayons at home. And that broke my heart. And I was just like, you don't have any crayons? And yeah, it was just heartbreaking. But when I got paid, I went to Target. I got them kids some crayons, and I was like, here. Their mom was so happy, and it was just like they were so happy to come back to school on Monday with their homework done. So just little simple things like that. But the teacher doesn't have time to, monitor all these kids the way people think. Um, are you? Do you plan on putting the little ones in school, or are you going to continue? This season in my life, they are still going to be homeschooled. My plan has always been to put them in school in upper grades. But, like I said, at this season in my life, this is where they are. The season may change in the next 2 years. I really don't have a definitive plan. I'm just, I have to pray about it and keep going. Homeschool through. Am I going to homeschool through high school? Most likely not. Everybody has their own, agenda. And I have a different agenda. I may be biased, but that's just because I've seen the end. Hi, learning. How are you? All the girls. I've seen the end result. Okay. Like I said, I may be biased. My kids are very, very smart kids. I put a lot of energy. You all know, you see what I do. I'm not, putting myself above anybody else, but we do a lot to where homeschooling is first and foremost here. And I really believe in a solid education. And so if that means we have to decline, other things, then so be it. And I've seen the results of that. We've been there and done that with activities. My kids were in scouts forever. I was a scout leader. My kids were in tennis, piano, gymnastics. The list goes on and on. Not to say that those things are bad, but it's a lot of going. It's a lot of going. I just really wanted them well-rounded, and the little ones are kind of the same way. We're kind of more so focusing on music. I have not hired out any music teachers because I have a little more time now. Before I did hire out, because I was actually working and schooling the kids. So either working outside the home or working in the home. Anyway, I was busy. And I don't, the school is very, it's important. I'm not doing this so that these kids enter junior college. Not biased, you have experience. I know, but some people are, I always get a head shake or, whatever, the little button, whatever, to each his own. I'm not schooling these kids for junior college. As parents, we all were university educated and from the ground. Okay, none of our parents went to any universities. We didn't come from money. We just wanted better. So that's where I'm going with this. I know with the child that is in Duke, this is her last year, that we can do this. I know some people do, think, okay, we have to do the junior college route. That's fine. If that's what works in your family, we just have another vision because we've seen it. Now, that being said, my kids don't have to attend the universities. Okay? We have, I have one now. We've got stuff coming in. University of Hawaii, somewhere in Italy, USC, NYU, and it's like, it's exciting, but at the same time, it's her decision. I'm like, go to Italy, go to Italy, go to Italy. I want to go to Italy. Go over there. Go to Hawaii. You know, I want to go. I want to travel. But it's not my decision. The thing is, they have to get accepted. They don't have to go. They have to get accepted. That's how we raise our kids. They have to get accepted. It's up to them at the end of the day where they want to go. And after they come out, it's up to them. You know, this one is coming out of school in May, and it's a lot. And I'm going to tell you guys, the reason why I say they're going to school, it's a financial deal. It is a financial deal. It's a lot going on right now. It's a lot of stress, and a lot of days we just kind of sit here as parents thinking, because we have one coming out and we have one going in within a couple of weeks, and money. But we try not to focus on the the travels and the things like that. As it is, we know it has to happen, but we kind of focus on, okay, we got them there, or they're getting there, that type of thing. We'll worry about the big picture. You know, it's a hope and a prayer, just the same as, you know, we got them in school, a hope and a prayer, and it works. It really does work. And I wouldn't really say hope, but it's hard work. Hard work. So if I have the twins going into potentially graduating at the same time, there's no way that we can afford to send them anywhere, even one of them, without help. I know that there are scholarships for homeschool children. There are scholarships for anything, but the majority of these kids that I see that are homeschooled and the parents are homeschooling them all the way up, they end up in junior college, or they end up taking gap years where they have to go and work. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that at all. I'm not saying that they don't have to work, but I want them to get where they're going without having to do that. I want them to get to school and not have to take out any loans. Okay, this child has won $350,000 plus in scholarships, and we were just so grateful because we didn't have it. And you know, when I come and talk to you guys about school and things like that, I'm showing you that you can do the same thing for your kids. You can do the same thing. It matters how you teach them. It really does. You can, if you choose, okay, I'm just going to accept this because this is all I can afford, then so be it. I was the same way when I was in school. I didn't know. I knew that we could not afford for me to go somewhere, but I didn't let that stop me. I just said, okay, I'm going to go over here, and if I get a chance to get out of this state, then I'm going to get out of this state. We'll worry about the plane ticket later, because I figured that's how I would get to wherever I was going. Ultimately, I did choose to stay in state, but it was still a university. It was a good university. Yeah, but the kids are encouraged to leave the state. Times are different. So yeah, we, just having this child in this scholarship. I mean, what the scholarships did for her was she does not, It's a lot. There is a lot. I could just do a whole, the college experience. Kids in college. You guys have to think these kids. It's easy to say go take out a loan. Don't do it. Don't do it. Um, we would have come up with other alternatives to keep this child from taking a loan had she not got those scholarships, because she would be our age just now paying off loans. And that's what I talked about, buying homes. Many parents these days do not own homes to this day, and they're in their 40s, and it's because they ruined themselves going into college. College is a big debt trapper. Okay, don't take out any loans. Do whatever you have to do to get these kids where they need to be. And that's why I say, if you have to school them, get them in school. Make sure that they're stand out once they get to school. Don't feel bad because you have to put them in public school, but make sure they stand out. We had a lot of adversities and this, that, and the other. I had, life changes. This child that made it is about to graduate from college. She was valedictorian one year, and we had to switch. We had a whole lifestyle change. That was the year I went through a divorce. And that child was valedictorian, and we came from a whole different school district, and they were like, where did this child come from? How, they knew right when she walked in the door that she was different from all the other kids in that school. And I didn't even know when they started telling the, I don't know, they did a little, story before they handed out the award. We knew it was her, but I had no idea before, because I never even imagined, that it could be her. And I was like, what? This girl made valedictorian? So, yeah, you really want to do a lot so that you can help them get a leg up. But like I said, the college deal, this child has to, they have to eat. They need money for laundry, things like that. I have not once. I used to imagine the Huxtable scene when you have to write the check for the, whatever. The girl's clothes are washed. She has a job. She got more money than me, y'all. But I don't have that problem, and that's what that scholarship did. We don't have to worry about her eating. We don't have to worry about her, her transportation, where she stays. Now, she moved out of her dorm last year and year before. And for the last year, she's been in her own apartment off campus. And she does work. She did get a job. So she got a really nice scholarship because she got a job within that scholarship. So that's what we're kind of pulling for, for the other kids, something like that. But yeah, apparently they were standout. Whatever we did with them, whatever I did with them really stood out, and it made people recognize this is what we want. And I don't think we did. It was a team effort. It was really a team effort. It was a family effort. I made sure that they had what they needed. If I didn't have it, I found it. I made myself available. And I made sure I didn't overschedule them, with things so they can focus on their studies. And now I'm not saying that everybody made straight A's, because we just talked about the grades all through school. But for the most part, yeah. And if it wasn't well deserved, I knew it wasn't. But I have kids now that they stay up till 4 in the morning trying to get things done, and then have to get up at 6 o'clock to get ready to go to school. So that is how they know hard work. Okay, hard work pays off. We don't slack around here. Let's see. I agree about the different. Let me go back here. I plan to homeschool to high school. I agree about the different levels in kindergarten. Yeah, yeah, it's difficult. And even when they leave kindergarten and go to first grade, that's a whole. I've been in a first grade classroom too, and some of the kids come in and still not know, things. It's very difficult. And if your child is one that knows, guess what? The teacher's going to leave that child by the wayside to help the one that doesn't know. So a lot of kids that are advanced get passed along. My kids were like that because they knew, and the teacher said, "Okay, they're reading. They know how to do this. I don't really have to help them." And I didn't like that. I'm like, no. We had to nip some stuff right away. And I said, this child is not even maybe in this classroom, but this child is not a first grade level. And once we identified that, I didn't have any more problem. Because what they do is they try to tell you that they're bored. And yeah, she was bored because she already knew that. We tried pre-K and that lasted all of 2 days. Yeah, I had to pay for mine. Mine were, I met not the last three, the twins and the one after. They went to the private Montessori, and I was getting ready to put the other one in. But very costly. Okay, by God's grace, I'm going to finish up until high school. I know high school is different from elementary, but junior high school, the school system is self-board, the teachers don't care. Yeah, that is amazing. Listen to her. She's right. Mine don't have to go. I saw a story yesterday about a child dying in pre-K. Yesterday, because of the neglect of her teacher, they gave the child dairy. Oh my goodness, it broke my heart. There's more. Yeah, this was more proof that I'm doing the right thing. By staying home, I hope more parents will be able to pull their children out. Yeah. Ultimately, yes. And what it is, school is an institution. Parents have to go to work, and they don't see any other way when actually there are other ways. I understand parents that have to go to work, but there are other ways. There are other alternatives, and I just wish that I had a place. Somebody left me a comment on the video. A friend of mine, she lives way up Northern California where I used to live, and she said, I would pay you to teach my children. And she's the preschool teacher. And, I told her I would do it gladly with a smile. No money. And I've done that. I have done that because I used to do childcare in home. I'm not going to brag about it, or, I'm not saying that to put myself out there, but I can't tell you how many kids I used to keep for free. And not just keep that we were not watching cartoons. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. And I just said, look, I know I've been there, and if I ever get in that position, or if I was in that position, I would want somebody to help me out too. And yeah, it's a struggle. But I know sometimes I think about if I put them in public school, what would be different? What would we gain? And every day I get, if I'm having a moment and just, feel tired, because you guys, I get tired. I mean, I get physically tired. Just tired. I just run out of energy. I'm telling you. I look at them. That's all I have to do is look at them. And that just tells me right there. I see that they need me. And that's just enough to say, okay, tomorrow's a whole new day. I know no other teacher is going to look at my child and want to get up in the morning and come to work. That's just not going to happen. A lot of them are coming to work because they have to get paid. So it's a different story. Some teachers do genuinely care, but a lot of them are in it for the money. If I had a choice, I really wish I could go back into school and teach. I feel so, I don't know. I don't know. Then I think, well, I can't go back in school because then I won't be teaching my own kids. But it's just so many kids out there that I want to help. I wish that I was somewhere in a place that I would just help everybody, y'all. I'm telling you, like just build a big school or a big something and just bring your kids. Just one big community place, and we wouldn't be public school, but yeah, because I just feel so bad for kids out there these days, parents these days, and it's crazy. It's just so crazy that parents are subject to this, but that's society. That is just, society say go to work, you have to do this, you have to do that, and we have to live. They're charging for natural resources. Natural resources supposed to be free. We struggling trying to pay bills that it didn't make any sense. Water is free. Why are we paying for water, y'all? That don't make any sense. I know that there are co-ops and things like that, but no, I'm thinking, beyond co-op level, because some people have no idea or understand what co-op is. I just, have a big free for all school and everybody just come in and teach the kids. No restrictions. That's the reason why I like it here, because we are a private school and we can do pretty much what we want to do. Nobody in our business, as long as we're doing what they ask of us. Everybody's copacetic. That's by, let me see, did I read that? That's awesome. That's why community is important. I wish I had other like-minded moms near me. Yeah, we need community so much right now. Real talk. And honestly, I think we are here. It's just we don't have anywhere to go. We don't have anywhere to go. We don't know who to talk to. And so, when I came in and I started talking about us, and I'm not just talking about us as a color, or a race, African American, but yes, I did pull that out because I see more of us needing help as a community, but as a whole, we need somewhere to come to be able to get some help. And that's what I'm talking about, sticking together. This platform should be a place where we can come to get help, some solid help. It would be cool if we could all come on and just do a web co-op. That would be so cool. Everybody, I'm not gonna put too much hope into it, but that would be really cool if we could do something like that. I guess like a hangout and somebody teach a class. Everybody's, on. The kids everybody can see each other. That would be so nice to come on and do something like that. But, just because we're all spread out, but it's just not going to happen. So it's me and my big ideas, y'all. People tell me all the time, you always trying to save the world. Yeah. I'm such a, what do they call that? I'm such a humanitarian. So, yeah. Like I said, I just told you guys about the story about how I bought my students the crayons. I've been like that forever. I'm always trying to give and give and give and give. And I don't even worry about myself. It's just, sometimes I need to worry more about myself, but That's just how I am. Have you ever thought about leasing out curriculum? I have thought about that. Yeah, I have thought about it. My thought is I would need people to actually know what they wanted. You have to actually know what you want. And, that means have actually put your hands on it and seeing what it's about before you take it. Because, some people just don't treat things, they don't treat things as nicely. So, but yeah, I definitely have thought about that. I just don't know how others would take to that. And I think I don't know when I said that, but I remember talking about this. It was probably in a video about 3-4 years ago. I talked about leasing out some stuff. There's a mom who does that. She uses, yeah, I know there's Google Classroom. Yeah. Kind of the same, but different. I want it more of a, yeah, we can have the lesson in one place, but it would be cooler if we could all see each other, during that class, like a co-op. Because like I said, when kids actually see other kids doing the same things that they're doing, especially our kids, it's so cool. It's a light bulb moment for them. And so when I run across people, and if I'm watching a video and the kids come in and they see the child they're like, oh, Mom, we're reading that book or we're learning about this. They make a connection, and it makes things, it solidifies things, a little more, because they sometimes think that, why are we doing this? What are we doing? What is this? And they don't realize that other kids are actually doing the same things that they're doing. They're using the same books that they're doing. They don't realize that. My kids don't know any different. So to actually see another child do it, it really sparks a whole nother side of them, which is why I said I wanted to do a virtual, in real time. Yeah. Just like us sitting here talking now. Imagine if we were all plugged in and we're all talking and the kids are sitting there and doing a lesson. That would just be awesome to see. Of course, everybody be running around and stuff like that, but you all get the point. You get the point. And that would help us out because, sometimes we have little kids, we have big kids, and we're trying to tend to the little kids. The big kids are missing out. But if we could just sit them in front of the computer and say, hey, listen to your teacher, that would be cool. And they would see the other kids doing the same thing. Very cool. But would that be useful? Yeah, it would be useful. It would be very useful. Let me go back on here. What did I miss? I missed a comment. Anyway, what was I getting ready to say? I just lost my thought. Resources. Come here and just share resources so that we can all plug in. Now, I have not started a playlist, but I just want to know if you all would be interested in contributing to the playlist. I don't want to start something and then nobody wants to contribute. I don't want to make it a regular. I want it to be regular, but I'm not going to say this is the topic you need to post on. I just want somebody's up. I want you have to be committed to actually contributing. Something like that. To work will have to be laid out laid out and planned, I think, to see who will teach what, where. But that's a good idea. My thing is, I'd rather not put my face on YouTube, privacy reasons. Yeah, and that's a whole, whole nother thing. It will happen. I really think more people will pull out and need support. Yeah, eventually. Um, I thought about curriculum assisting. But see, for me, that's how I think. I'm business type, and so that really wouldn't help anybody else. But I'm always about helping other people. But that right there could help, because a lot of people just have no clue about how to navigate curriculum. I can personalize your curriculum for you, um, based on your likes, your teaching style, your child's teaching style. I could do something like that. That right there could help, and see, things like that. That is like everybody, all of us. We all as parents have unique characteristics. We all have strengths, and we should be able to help each other out during our weaknesses. Some people are not good with math, some people are not good with spelling. Some people are not good with literature. And that is the big reason why we have this platform, and we're all coming on here to see what everybody's doing, because we need help. And if we all just came together and said, hey, you're good with this, you're good with this, you're good with this, you do this, you do this, you do this, man, we got this thing all figured out. So it's kind of like when you when you were in school and you learned how to you had to do a group project. Everybody took a part in the project, and everybody did something, and you presented, and that was it. So, that's kind of how my geography co-op runs. And it wasn't that hard, but I just took the book as my guide, and when people asked, I said, okay, this is what you have to do, and I will send you the assignments every week. And we all keep in touch and things like that. And that's how that runs. It's pretty easy. And it's not really I say virtual, but I'm not really having to come on and teach anything to the kids or anything like that. It's done, the parents can do it. It's a little different, but it has worked thus far. So everybody is learning the same, countries and seeing the same things, because part of it is for kinesthetic and visual. Part of it is video and documentaries and things like that. So I kind of touched on all the kids' learning styles and the parents as well, so that they could actually get through the curriculum. Let's see. Good morning. How are you? Thank you for joining. Whew. Y'all, I know I said 30 minutes and I hear a ball bouncing. And so that means my time is almost up. It's been an hour and 9 minutes. I will be willing to help out, but stay in the background, like typing some emails. Okay. I'm going to reach out to some people on YouTube through email to see if they are willing to help. But also, whatever differences there need to be put to the side in order for this to work. Yeah, that's always. Um, that's always. There should not be any oppositions because we're all here to help. We are all here to help. And I see, like I said, I know there are, uh, groups on Facebook and things like that. But in reality, you have to go through and read all of that. And I don't even pick up my phone half the time or put on, not even on the computer. I don't pull up that stuff. And if I need help with something, I don't want to have to read through all those posts. And to be honest, I don't want to know what goes on in the bedroom. Okay. Some of those groups got stuff that, yeah, they got another MO. So I don't know if it's, and I understand that's how a lot of, co-op, just normal co-ops, parents just sit there and end up chit-chatting and really nothing gets done. But to me, that's kind of how I see things. I see a lot of outside of, has to do with school. And, okay, there could be a chat group for that. But if it's called this, then that's needs to be the focus. You don't need to be talking about personal business in there. And so, yeah. I'm different, y'all, but my heart is pure. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, that's me. Regardless to what you all, you know, think. Um, I have a whole different mindset. Mm, 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 mm. I'm trying to think of something else I've seen. Mm, mm, mm. I don't know. Um, did anybody catch or watch the book review yet? What did you think about the book review? So do you think? Because you guys know that that's something that you normally don't see on this channel. So I thought I would just kind of surprise you all with that. So do you think this could actually work if we really took the time to figure it out? Yeah, it could actually work. Anything could work. It's just, the people have to be willing to put the work in. And it's like I said, I sit here and homeschool is my hustle. Okay. And I just do what I have to do. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm whatever. But I'm still living. I've been doing this for 20 something years and I'm still living whether I eat or not. Some people, they just follow, oh, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that, and okay, fine. The child is giving me a hard time, I got to give up. So everybody is different strokes for different folks. I understand. I'm not judging anybody, but at the end of the day, these are my kids and I see what needs to happen, and I feel that if I fail them, then I failed. And I'm just not going to let that happen. And even if I felt that I was, if I was not meeting the needs of my child, I'm not going to let them sit here for the sake of, oh, I have to homeschool and the school is so bad. No, sometimes kids are better off in the public school system. I am not going to sit here and tell anybody that all kids should be homeschooled. That is not true. Not every parent can homeschool. Now, I did say homeschooling was the only option. 200 years ago. But not every parent is equipped to do that, just like not every parent is equipped to run a household. Some parents can't even juggle bills. So I wouldn't dare say you need to educate your child.
It's still not here.
Okay, go have a seat. Calm down. Somebody's upset. Get in here. It would be easier if a parent presents a lesson and give assignments to the group than video their response. Yes, it would. It would. It really would. Well, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. I have to do this sometime again. This early morning thing. You enjoy your day. I think every parent is equipped to homeschool. It just takes sacrifice. Yeah, it does. And not everybody has sacrifice in them. They say they do, but they don't. So that's why I say not every parent is. You have to really be called to do this. And like I said, not every parent really thinks about it. They think it's just something that you just do, and it's not, because you have to think about the long run. You know, it's a financial part of it. Can you actually do it all the way up? What happens if you lose that income in the middle of a year? Where's the material coming from? You know, down to the paper and pencils. What are you going to do? If you have not thought that through, then this is not the place for you, no matter how bad you want it. Because, you know, it's just like somebody not ever going through a job loss. They have no idea. They think everything is fine. And Danny, people crack up as soon as they lose a job. Everything, you know, dad took off. The house then fell apart. Because there's no money coming in. And people just stress and they cannot handle it. And in homeschool, it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress and it's a lot of pressure. And I don't think that that's something that you should take lightly, because you have your child's education. It's one thing to raise a child, but to actually take their education into your own hands like that, knowing that there are alternatives, it's a whole different story. So, but, yeah, hopefully, like I said, if you know, if I get enough response to where I have people that are willing to contribute to this playlist and lessons and things like that, then I may go ahead and put it together. But I'm not going to just, you know, put something up because it would be useless for one person to do all the work. You know, and it just doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like a lot of stuff. I know I share a lot of things, but there's so much stuff that I could share. It's just, you know, how I think it will be received. Sometimes it's not that important. You know, I just figured you can, you know, find your own resources, your own material. You know, but things that I know that would really, really benefit, you know, on a multi-level, then yeah, I will go ahead and share in that way. But this is something that, you know, to do something like this would take everybody's input. I can't just take information on top of information and put all that. I have other stuff going on. I'm not a information bank. Half the time I'm not even anywhere near the screen, so I'm not watching anything. I'm not looking for anything. But when I do, I'm in here learning myself. I'm educating myself when I'm looking up stuff and researching stuff. So, if you have something, do the research on it and then present it. That's why we have to trust the Lord, because as moms, we are told to teach our children self-denial is the key. Dying to self daily. Every parent is equipped. Girl, some parents are not even equipped to be parents. And just leave that right there. And anyway, let me get in here. You all enjoy your day. Leave me your comments. For those of you that are going to join in, watch this video form, leave me your thoughts on this. Like I said, I'm mainly trying to do this for us. But if I don't have enough input, then there's no point. We can come here and hash it out how we want to work this out, because like I said, this is not I see enough of us that have the idea. We have the intentions. So I'm trying to give us a place to get something going, because I see there's a need for it. So we have to come together and work it out. I'm not going to do it for us. I have a whole lot of stuff going on myself, but I don't mind being the face right now, is what I'm saying. So, thoughts on going virtual, how we'll do it, all of that stuff will be worked out. What we're going to be talking about, teaching the kids, that'll be worked out. It's not an easy project, I can tell you that. We do need sacrifice and we need commitment. Those are, if you are not that type of person and you just want to take the information, that's not the place for you, because those of us that are contributing will have to put in work. And it's just not fair for half the people to do the work and half the people just take the benefits. So, on that note, shalom. Enjoy your day.